Hello students, let us learn about active and passive voice. In the English language, voice is of two types, active voice and passive voice. The structures of sentences in active and passive voice are different. They help us convey ideas and meanings in different ways. Let us understand this with an example. Simran broke the plate. We already know that in a sentence, the subject is who or what the sentence is about. Here, Simran is the subject. She has done the action of breaking. Therefore, here, the sentence is an active voice because the emphasis is on the subject, Simran, who does the action. Now, look at this sentence. The plate was broken by Simran. Here, the subject is the plate, but it is not doing the action. Even though the sentence conveys the same message, now the subject, which is the plate, passively receives the action. Therefore, this sentence is written in passive voice. From text messages to news reports, we come across different kinds of writing every day. While text messages, emails, and blogs are direct and draw our attention to the subject and the action, other forms of writing, such as news headlines and mysteries, draw our attention to the events and incidents. For example, the headline, "Bank robbed in broad daylight," instantly directs our attention to the crime instead of the agent of the crime. Learning about active and passive voice helps us choose the right kind of voice for our writing. Focus on what we need to pay attention to and achieve the desired results. When a sentence is written in active voice, the subject performs the action. Let us look at an example. Geeta organized the event. In this sentence, the subject, Geeta, performs the action organized on the object, which is the event. We usually use active voice in writing as it is direct and helps us write crisp sentences. When a sentence is written in passive voice, the subject, as we have learned, is the receiver of the action. The person or thing doing the action is the agent. It is important to remember that a sentence written in passive voice may or may not always mention an agent. The event was organized by Geeta. Here, the subject, the event, receives the action, was organized, done by the agent, Geeta. Also, note how the word by is added before the agent in passive voice. The object of a sentence written in active voice becomes the subject when the sentence is written in passive voice. Let us look at some situations that require the use of passive voice. The first is when the focus is on the receiver rather than the agent. For example, the light bulb was invented by Thomas Edison. Here, the invention, light bulb, is in focus and not the inventor. When the agent of the action is unknown or unimportant, we use passive voice. For example, the plate was broken. Here, we do not know who broke the plate. When we do not know who performed the action, or when we want to focus on the action and not mention the agent, we use passive voice. We also use passive voice when we are stating general rules, truths, or facts. For example, all the books must be returned to the library. The general rule of the library is stated here. It is obvious who the agent is in such statements. Let us look at another example. Earth is divided into continents and oceans. Here, the focus is on the information rather than the agent of the action. Today we learned about active and passive voice. You can also refer to the concept time on SB 9 and SB 10 to learn more about active and passive voice. Happy learning!